Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this game dev diary for my roguelike project. Last time we were looking at making movement behavior for a zombie so that it would stay still unless we came near it, and then when we did come near it, it would come after us. So I was pretty close to having it right. It's only taken me a couple of changes to get something that works. So you can see here the zombie wasn't after us and now it's kind of chasing us, but it's kind of floaty, and it's kind of more like, I think you would kind of want to use this way of getting the zombie to chase after you if it was a space game, and obviously it wasn't be a zombie, but it'd be like a spaceship, because it kind of like a bit more seems to be of a floaty kind of chase rather than what I was after. So how I fixed it was I put in the print command to tell me what distance we were away from the zombie. So I just put the print command to tell us what it was, and that meant the 640 or whatever I had put in was far too small. So I'm not quite sure how it's working out the distance, but it's kind of relatively arbitrary. We just need to change this value here to something that works. So rather than 640, it's now 6,000. And this pretty much stayed the same, but we tell it the speed. And I was doing it the wrong way around. It used to be self and then actor of type, so I switched that around. So it's correct now. It's Y center of actor of type, which is player character, and then minus Y is self. All this is pretty much the same, but what has changed then is we were using the push self, and that, as you can see, resulted in the relatively floaty behavior, which I'm just not happy at all. So we don't want that. What we have now is we get the direction, and again it's a bit of trig, so it's using ATAN2, and it's the Y distance and then the X again distance, and you get it as degrees, and then you set the velocity to that direction in degrees, and then the speed. And then if we test this, then it's kind of a bit more of a direct. The zombie actually looks like it's chasing you rather than floating around you like it was before. So it's a bit more what I had in mind for the zombie chasing you. So I'll show you here. It should start off that the zombie's not moving, and then when we come close to the zombie, it should start chasing us. You can see it's a lot more kind of direct, and we need to get it so that the zombie hurts us when it attacks us, and the zombie can't breakdance and spin, but maybe make the zombie a bit slower. We'll have to see once we get in game, but we have to add all the behaviors and sort the zombie out so it acts like a proper enemy. But it's got the basic the basic movement behavior is now kind of sort of implemented there, and almost had it right from the start, but this kind of adding the direction and setting the velocity rather than pushing it, and the pushing it towards the player character seems to work for a chasing enemy a lot more kind of like a chase. I kind of suppose is what I'm trying to say, rather than floating around it. So we'll go back to the zombie, and we need to add in a few behaviors for it. Then we need to add in enemy health, and we'll say it has 3 hit points. We need to enemy touch attack, and we say do 1 damage. Do we need anything else? Is it slash damage event behavior? Do we need this? Is that on the other enemies? It is that long since we made an enemy. That was one of the first things we did, was create Ratty and Batty and stuff. So enemy, list remover and death, enemy touch attack. So Enemy list remover on death. Let's close these down. And so it really is just slash damage event behavior and enemy list remover on death. So we need. Oh, is this the one that tells it to push itself or something? Yeah, okay. So what we have here is, remember in the wander behavior, trigger event, don't movement. We also need to do that for our zombie movement. So otherwise, if self has a B, not wander, will be zombie movement. That'll be pretty much the same thing. We need to create this event in zombie movement. Copy. So don't movement and do movement. I just want to see what that is in Wonder. Okay, what do we need to? So zombie movement. So we'll just set another boolean if, and we'll just create it stop on hit. We'll say false to start off with. So if it's false, do it. And if it's true, then we don't do it. So stop. Hit. We set it to false to start off with. And then we need to create the events. So go to custom event, and it was don't movement. And then we say set stop on hit to true, so that would stop it then pushing towards the player character when it's hit, so it allows it to be pushed away just like it was for the wander behavior. And then we need to do movement, and that'll just be the opposite of setting it to false, so it goes back to being normal. Don't do true, false, false. So I think that's do movement, don't movement. All we need to do then is add the zombie into the monster creator. So our monster signer, monster spawn, probably needs to go into actor behaviors maybe. Game's getting that big I can't remember where all the stuff is, but it must be in monster assign 1. So it's now between 15 and 18, and we'll say zombies are 18. So I really am going to have to just make a Google document, a Google spreadsheet, and then start numbering the monsters and writing description. And I also want to start making that the monsters aren't just all the same, so that they have levels, so that it could be like a zombie level 1, zombie level 2, and they can have different speeds. It can hurt you more health. I think it's a nice way to kind of mix the game up a bit, because when then you see an enemy, you'll be like, oh, is it a high level or low level? Which I think would be quite nice. I don't think it should be too hard to implement. Again, it'd probably just be another bit of code that once we assign a monster, then we assign it a level too. So we've already got the item type, so I suppose that the item type bit can carry over from the monster, rather than the item type be the monster. Because we have an item number and item type, so I think it'd be the monster number and the monster type. That might be right, might not be right, I'm not sure. We might have to add in a wee bit more code, but I think that'd be pretty cool, and something I want to look into, is having different levels of monsters. So all we need to do then is copy this and paste it in, but change it to zombie. Set this to 18. I think that's all. Let's see, that's quite nice and easy to put those in. It wasn't too hard at all. So I'll give this a go. I think we should see if it works. So we'll test the game, and then hopefully we have a zombie that is chasing after us. We'll have to find one first. A zombie that we can kill and it hurts us. And then if that is true, then we can move on to making the health pickup. Oh, how lucky is that? A zombie in the first room. So let's see. Oh, he's coming after us. I heard him, and then he showed. Oh, he didn't come back this. So why was that? At least we can kill him, and then we want to go back and go. Yeah, well, that bit's working anyway. The remover of the list. So. Oh, he hurt me anyway. I wonder why he's not coming back. That's interesting. So we don't want the zombie to be able to turn, so we need to go to physics and cannot rotate. And then custom event, don't movement, do movement. I wonder if I maybe spelt that wrong. Let me do movement. Ah, haha. That's why we need keep this as wander, and we need an otherwise if. So that's why he wasn't coming back. Behavior has zombie movement. Then we want to do the trail event, do movement. And then that should allow him to be pushed away and then come back once he has been pushed away. Still not 100% liking the pushing away in the way I've done it, so I might come back and fix that. But I can wait till the game's out and get some people's opinion, because I think it's still a bit stiff. But we have to go find a zombie right now, and we have a zombie. So let's have him chase him after us. He heard us. Bang, push him away, and he comes back. Bang, push him away. They're quite hard. So let's see this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Does what I kind of wanted to do. Still doesn't feel 100% right, but It's cool. I like that. And then get these. Kill these, and then I'll come back out of the room back in just to make sure that they're all dead. There should only be 2 red. Yes, everything seems to be working, which is good. So all that's left, I thought there was 3 things I wanted to do. Oh, there was. So create the health, pick up, and then actually kill a character once he loses the health. So I'm gonna end this video here. It wasn't too long or too hard to get the zombie implemented, so that kind of bodes well for when we create more enemies. And then in the next video I will look into making the health pickup, so pick up a heart and then you gain some more health. As always, if you have any suggestions for the game, please leave your suggestion in the comments. Until next time, see ya.